Yo, what up everyone, I'm here, owner Rapping and Snacking, getting into another Collector's Corner video. CDs, tapes, DVDs, action figures, vinyl, all that good stuff. Hit me up on Instagram and TikTok at Rapping and Snacking. Appreciate y'all. So, let's go ahead and get into my biggest order of the video. And that will be something I picked up from Discogs. It's a bunch of CDs, DVD as well, and he threw in some free stuff too. I got all this for $218 shipped. There's definitely some harder to find pieces in here, hence the price. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First off, we'll get started with some samplers. We got the Alcoholics XO Experience mixtape sampler right here. So for those who don't know, the Alcoholics actually changed their name from the Alcoholics to the Licks, probably to be more promotable. The Alcoholics probably wasn't getting them as much maybe radio play, or maybe it was just something that deterred people from listening to them because just the name. So anyways, their name is the Licks on this release. The XO Experience mixtape right there, that's part of that bundle for $218. Another sampler that I got is the Goodie Mob Still Standing sampler. That was, so the Licks was like a slipcase. This is a digipack. So boom, boom, boom. Pretty cool stuff right there. Moving on, we have another sampler. This is the Ice Cube Greatest Hits Mega Mix sampler. So it looks obviously very similar to the Greatest Hits album art, but this is it in sampler form. So boom. Now getting into actual albums, this is one that you don't see every day. This is a Ruthless Records release by The Blood of Abraham. So for those who don't know, this was a group under Ruthless Records, The Blood of Abraham, and the album is called Future Prophets. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, excited to peep this one out because I just haven't heard it yet. But yeah, for those who haven't heard Blood of Abraham, check it out. Look into it. Now this is something, this may have been, if not the most expensive, one of the more expensive pieces from this pickup, and this was the Crucial Conflict debut album. So this is not the Crucial Conflict that you would hear on their most popular album, The Final Tick. This is actually a different alignment of members on here. As you can see, maybe you can't see or can't see, you have someone who's really young here. His name is escaping me. It actually says right here. That's either Lil Gino or Smooth Lil T. I'm not sure which one that is, but that little kid. And this is Crucial Conflict's album, Crucial Times. Really, honestly, not really a big fan of it at all, but it is harder to find. I just listened to it a few times and was like, this isn't really for me. There was like maybe one track that I kind of liked, but aside from that, I was not crazy about that. But something you don't really see every day, and I was very curious, so I wanted to go ahead and pick that up. Then we got another thing that's rare. This is the Killer Mike, the Killer mixtape. Hard to find this in physical format, so pick that one up too. So I was pretty excited to get just those three back-to-backs, the Killer Mike, the Crucial Conflict, and the Blood of Abraham. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Crucial Conflict, still good for historical purposes, researching, all that good stuff. Now moving on, we have, you may be shocked that I didn't have this, or I think I do have this, but I have a different pressing. This is the Mobb Deep Free Agents, the Murder Mixtape. This one is a 2-track version. I forget how many of them, or not 2-track version, 2-disc version. I forget how many of them are 2 discs and how many of them are not. That I'm forgetting. But here's one disc, and then the other disc is in here. Boom. The other disc is in there. I'm not going to go ahead and pull it all the way out, but you get my drift there. Boom, boom, boom. Moving on, we have Sleepy Brown's album, Mr. Brown. Pick this one up. Sleepy Brown's actually really dope. Obviously, we know him from Organized Noise, but also Dungeon Family and so on and so forth, and a feature on so many Outkast and just Dungeon Family tracks in general. But on top of that too, he's a dope producer, and I also like his voice. So excited to peep this one out. Not sure how many tracks I've heard from this. You have Outkast on here, Joy, Pharrell, and boom, boom, boom. So we'll go ahead and see what I think of it. Excited to peep that one out. Then we got the soundtrack, Cradle to the Grave. So obviously you see DMX on the cover and Jet Li. They're, soundtracks, like I said, I think in almost all my Collector Corner videos, I have like a soundtrack. Not all of them, but on quite a few. So soundtracks, they usually don't stand the, I don't how do I phrase this? It's not that they don't stand the test of time. That would be inaccurate. It's that they get lost over time because soundtracks aren't really linked to any specific artist. They're always linked to various in the artist category. So it's unless it was a very popular soundtrack, a lot of them will fall through the cracks. This one is kind of in the middle between popular and more obscure because it's not like a golden age soundtrack, but it also is a soundtrack with some great songs on it. You know, X Don't Give It To You is on here, which was also on his Grand Champ album. But then you have Go to Sleep with Eminem, DMX, Nobi Trice. Then you got other songs here with 50 Cent, Capone and Noriega, MOP, Clips. So there's some big names on here. But yeah, I mean, just remember that there's a lot of cool soundtracks, or at least good songs that were on soundtracks. You know what I mean? So got that, also part of my bundle. Another thing part of my bundle was this album right here, The Wise Guys, Funke. Funke, yeah, funky. So this one, Soren Baker really recommended me to check it out. So I went ahead and bought it. Production by LA Posse, I believe. So that was one of the reasons why we were talking about LA Posse. He's like, oh, have you heard this album? I was like, no, I haven't yet. So he told me to pick it up. So I went ahead and did. So added that one too. That's another one you don't see all the time. And it wasn't too cheap either. I forget how much it was within the bundle. Then moving on right here, we have some singles. Goodie Mob Soul Food single. Always love this cover. Just soul food on a plate. You got, you know, salt, pepper, blah blah blah, boom boom boom. So always love that. And then the faux Tabasco right there, fake Tabasco. Then we got the Dub C Just Clownin' CD single. This is something that I really hate because you have this dope sticker on it, but it's literally covering Dub C's face. I have the cassette single, so I know exactly what this looks like, but they put the sticker literally over his face, so if I were to take this off, it would ruin everything. You just wish it was on the plastic so you can save that hype sticker. But anyways, whatever. Just Clownin's a great song. We got Twisted's Emotions right here. This is on one of those slip in, slip out cases. Emotions, great song. Twista, great artist. Ghetto Boys, The World Is a Ghetto in a J card sleeve right here. Ghetto Boys, boom, boom, boom. Then we got King T, also in a J card. This is Money right there. And it also has Where's T as well on it. Boom, boom. That was on his Thy Kingdom Come album that was shelved but got released. But you know, there's been represses and stuff like that. So, whatever. 8-Ball and MJG's Forever right here. Boom, boom, boom. Love 8-Ball and MJG. Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Fantasy. Yes, sir. And then this is awesome. This is the Lynch Mob Ain't Got No Class. So I've been looking for the CD single, so happy I was able to add it. And then on top of that too, this has the T-Bone remix and the Beatnuts remix, which both are pretty dope in beats. So definitely peep out those remixes if you haven't. God, which one do I like? I think I like one of them more than the album version. I'm forgetting if it's a T-Bone or the Beatnuts remix, but pretty good stuff right there. The Lynch Mob with their first album, man, that shit was amazing. Then we got Redman's track Ride, and this is one that's also from the Biker Boys motion pictures. So this is another song that was on a soundtrack, but I found the CD single here, so unless there's other songs I want to check out, I don't need them. Or if there are other songs, then I'll just go ahead and buy that soundtrack, but if I just wanted the Redman song, then I have the single. Then also, I got the Kurupt GTV DVD, which also comes with a bonus disc. So let's open that up. You got the little track list or like DVD setup or whatever you want to call it. And then you got the DVD. And then you got the bonus music CD, like a little sampler. There's some snippets on there. And maybe full tracks. I haven't bumped it in yet, but definitely some snippets and maybe some full tracks. So that's what I bought. But then he threw in some extra stuff for me for free. So he just threw these in. So those are 218 shipped. Like I said, some of those titles are definitely a little more up there in price, hence the price of the overall package. So do the knowledge if you're wondering why I paid that much. Then we got these ones for free, which I'm about to show. Candyman's Greatest Hits, Lil Easy and Daz, The Legacy. This I guess this is pretty new because I looked at the date and it said 2023 on it, I think, or 2022 or 2023. I remember I looked it up. But yeah, this is pretty new, so he threw that in. And then Mark Live right here with features from 50 Cent, Ice-T, Kool Keith, Boom Boom Boom. And this is one that I actually didn't have surprisingly yet, but Prime Minister Pete Nice and Daddy Rich, Dust to Dust. This is one that I was gonna go ahead and buy eventually, but he threw it in, so that was very nice. Who Kid's Bottoms Up. Who Kid has so much stuff that I usually don't listen to like mixtapes like this too often, but usually there's some tracks on there that usually hit. And this is one that I was gonna buy too, so I'm happy that he threw this in. Willie D's Play With Your Mama. So I'm very happy they threw that in because Willie D is awesome, and I also would have bought that anyways. So big shout out. That concludes that $218 Discogs purchase with the free stuff. Then we got some free stuff right here from Elwood and Rap Zines. They hooked me up with their compilation, the 1987 compilation. So big shout out to them. Just a bunch of tracks from 1987. You can see here on the cover, we got Eric B. and Rakim. We got Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff. We got Ice-T, LL, etc., etc., etc. So cool stuff. Big shout out to them. Thank you, homies. Now moving on, we got something from Discogs. This was a 1 CD purchase. Also, my guy Soren Baker was telling me we were actually he was showing me one song on here. I'm already forgetting the name of it. It was just called Real Live Shit. And man, the beat on that was insane. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to spoil the rest of this album. Let's just go ahead and buy it. So it was $42 shipped. Not an album that you come across and see too often. It seems that $40 is the median price before shipping on Discogs. Before this video, I saw one for sale for like $30. So if you were interested in buying it, go ahead and buy it, man. Hooking you guys up with that knowledge. We got this Slick Rick Super 7 action figure, which I also did a unboxing for right here. So I'm excited to go ahead and take this out. Well, I already did take it out. I just preserved it pretty well. But boom, you can see I opened it a little bit. Take it out, put it up on my shelf. So this I bought from Super 7's website. I think it was like $20. It was just the stock price. Moving on, we have some DVDs that I got from this game store, actually, called Game Dude. It's in San Fernando Valley, within Los Angeles. I got the Backstage DVD. I got Beef. Do you guys remember Beef? I remember loving these, actually, right when I was getting into rap music. I remember these were on TV, so I loved watching these back in the day. It would be fun to watch it again because I don't know if I'd still like it or think it's weird, or not weird, but like whack or whatever. Like, I just remember when I was a kid, I really loved it. So that's Beef. And then also Idlewild right here, boom, boom, boom. And I actually already had this, but it was so cheap, so I just threw it in. So all these for $6 total. Love that. And it's pretty cool. Like a game store had that, so that was pretty dope. Then we got this pickup right here for $15 shipped. And actually, I normally would not have paid $15 for this, but I had another item that I actually bought for my girlfriend in there, the Dead Prez Mind Sex 12-inch, but that's not in this video because I gave it to her, so that's why I added a bundle for these. So this part of it was like the $15, and the Dead Prez made it whatever it made it. But yeah, so I would have probably, just for these two titles, I probably would have went and spent $10 shipped, but I wanted to add to that bundle, so that's why I got it. We got the Coos 5 Million Ways to Kill a CEO, and then Mary J. Blige's What's the 411 remix album. Don't sleep on this because there are some hip-hop features on it as well, and if you just like Mary J, then you like Mary J, but hip-hop features on here too, which is the main reason why I bought it. Biggie being one of the people on there, Heavy D, etc. So now moving on to some vinyl records here, and this one, this MOP To the Death vinyl, it's a repress. I don't know where I got this from. I kind of want to say Shop Get On Down, but I could be wrong because I just don't see their logo on here. I just see Select Street Records on here. So I don't know if they gave this to me, but I did get this for free, that I know. So shout out to whoever, my bad, apologies, but got that one. And then these two, I went ahead and I bought these. Woo! Got the Project Pat Murderers and Robbers is the first time it was released on vinyl. And then I got the Prophet Posse Body Parts also, first time released on vinyl right here. Limited edition releases. Really happy that they finally pressed these up because they are both dope. This Body Parts is extremely underrated. It's got some really good songs on here, particularly the song Catch a Blast, which is probably my favorite song on the compilation or album because it uses the beat that was on 36 Mafia's The End album titled, and the song is called The End, because I thought that beat was amazing, and I remember when I first listened to that song, I was just waiting for someone to rip that beat, and no one rapped on it. It was just an instrumental. And then on this album, you got T-Rock and M-Child who just tear it apart, and I just love that song. And then also on Body Parts, this has a different version of 666 Clubhouse. 666 Clubhouse, there is the version on Body Parts, and then there's the version on the Crazy and the Last Days album. Two slightly different instrumentals. I think the one on Body Parts is better. Not sure if Spotify or whatever has it, so go ahead and check YouTube for the original. You'll see they're slightly different. I think the original is better. And the Project Pat is cool too, but it's nowhere near as good as his albums. But anyways, that and those I got for stock price. So, man, oh man, oh man. Got vinyl, CDs, tapes, action figures, DVDs, all that good stuff. Let me know what your favorites are in the comments section. Appreciate you all as always. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram and TikTok, Rapping and Snacking. I'll talk to you all next time. What's up?